and welcome to SCAN. My name is Mike Ciovolino. I'm the Executive Director of SCAN, and we are here with a very, very special guest today, ABC news anchor and reporter Michelle Charlesworth. Michelle, thank you so much for joining us today on Welcome to SCAN.
This is great. Thanks for having me back. You guys are wonderful.
Well, we really appreciate you coming in. Now, folks, as you know, it is not every day that we have an ABC news anchor here in our studios, so honestly, that's a huge thrill for us here at Senior Citizens Activities Network. But Michelle, tell me, you have a very special connection to SCAN, so
I do.
Can we talk about that?
I do, yes. Okay, so Jack Livingstone is my father-in-law, and he teaches jazz.
Yes, he does.
And jazz history and jazz backstories and jazz, common names, not so well-known names, every Wednesday morning. And so I'm lucky to be connected to you guys that way.
Well,
he made it through all of COVID, right?
Yes, he did. And I will tell you something, that is the most popular class here at SCAN.
Oh, come on.
The passion and energy that your dad brings every single day.
Father-in-law.
Father-in-law?
Yeah.
Brings
He's
every
kind of my
single,
dad, too,
he
though.
still does.
A little bit. Yeah, exactly.
Is really just unmatched. And so we're just really grateful to have him.
Oh, good. Yeah, he's amazing. How long has he been doing it now? 20 years here?
Yes.
That's crazy. I know
Right.
you guys just celebrated him. So.
And so when yes, we did. And when we finally came back from COVID, it was so nice to see his class attendees coming in, his students coming back for the first time after 15 months, and him really getting to celebrate jazz music, which, as you know, he's so passionate about.
He's always playing it. He's always playing it. It's seeping out the front door, all the windows, off the porch in Ocean Grove. And, I always say, turn it up a little bit more. And thank you for making sure that he was able to continue teaching and getting to people, because one of the things we worried about when we were reporting on all the things happening with COVID was people who couldn't connect with other people, and they didn't have anything to do. But Wednesday mornings, anybody connected with SCAN, watching Jack Livingstone's jazz class, had their group, their people with them. Yeah. And he did it on the phone, right? You guys just set up a phone thing. It wasn't even Zoom. It was just like people could just listen on the phone.
Initially, it was just a phone, yes. But then through a generous donation from the Grunin Foundation.
That's right, you told me.
Yeah, they gave us the gift of Zoom, and with Jack was able to really have a lifeline for those students who were everywhere from Florida to Texas, and of course here in New Jersey.
Thanks for doing that. That's amazing, and thank you to them. That's really been a lifeline for so many people.
Yes.
Something to look forward to, something to think about later. So, yeah, that's a great thing. And I got to listen in about 3 weeks ago.
Did you log into Zoom?
I did, but I wasn't on the video. I could see his video, but he couldn't see me. So I was just listening. Yeah, it was fantastic.
That's good. You probably would have distracted him.
I was in the Linda Ronstadt class.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
I missed that one.
It was very good.
It's my favorite day here, because even up in my office, I get to hear the music, and it's just soothing. I want it to go all day long.
I know he does a little explainer, then he plays stuff, then he does a little explainer, then he does a backstory. It's like Turner Classic Movies, but with jazz.
Right. Oh, very well said. So I understand you went to Duke University, go Blue Devils.
Yeah.
And degree in economics. So how did that translate to your very successful career in journalism?
Most people who I've worked with, studied history, English, maybe Spanish, were pre-med. They were told the same thing I was told. Study what you love, learn things, know things, because you will be reporting on things. You will have to take very big concepts and explain them. Not make them stupid, just simplify. And most of the people I think who study other things like journalism, it doesn't work. That's not something to study. That's something to do. Like be a plumber. It's a great thing. Go do it.
Apprentice at.
You go do it. But you need to get an education when you are learning. And the great thing is, it's a 2-for-1, because if it doesn't work out, you go to med school. You go to law school. I studied economics and poli-sci, and it was under public policy. But yeah, so I studied stuff that I loved because I wanted to go out into the world and continue being a student and a teacher. And that's why you guys do this, to keep people young and connected, right? Curiosity, you keep going. That's what I wanted. And I got great advice in high school. I would reach out to different journalists, Judy Woodruff, Faith Daniels, a lot of women journalists who said, you've got to be the smartest person. You've got to read everything. You love finance, study it. You love law, study it. Just study everything you love, and then go out there and do it. And if you don't love journalism, or if it doesn't love you, you can change. You're going to law school, you go to medical school, you know, you can go to business school, whatever you want. Win-win.
So there's journalism, and then there's the specific craft, which you excel at, obviously, of TV journalism. So what I want to ask you is,
Thank you.
when did you know, was it back at Duke as an undergrad, or maybe a little bit after in your first job, when did you know that you wanted to be an on-air talent?
When I was watching McLaughlin in my mid-teens.
Okay.
When
So
I
it was sort of in the back of your mind, not
Oh no, it was in the front
Mom and
of
Dad,
my,
I want to do this.
Oh no, it was in the front of my mind. Reading the New York Times. We didn't have big news watchers, but I loved watching Charles Kuralt when I was 13. CBS Sunday Morning. I said, what a racket. You get to travel and meet people and learn things and write constantly and learn and write and learn and write and ask questions. Your life is never boring. You get one life. Go see what's out there. So Charles Kuralt on the road, North Carolina boy, sucked me in with his storytelling and the way he was just authentically himself.
Brilliant storyteller.
Brilliant, authentically himself. So that also gave me license. Be who you are. You be that person and let other people, and then just shine a light on them when you're reporting on them. Let them talk, you know, get them out there. So that was, like I said, a racket. To me, it was like, oh my gosh, this is what I have to do. But if it didn't work out, I had another plan. And I was well educated. And that was the advice I was given by amazing women journalists who...
And you obviously believed in yourself.
Well, I had great parents who, I mean, my parents, I swear, they had three of us. I was the eldest. I am the eldest still. But if we had become president of the United States, they wouldn't even be surprised. And I think that's how every parent should be. I know that's how you are. I loved how you talked about parenting.
Thank you.
Detours and what the road should be. And you just own it. And you take it. And you drive the road, right? And you love your kid. So
what a lot of people don't realize is they see Michelle Charlesworth on ABC News in New York, right?
Yeah.
Every night.
Yeah.
They don't realize the journey, the hard knocks, the road, the equity you put into getting there. Could you tell our audience a little bit about your first gig in TV, and then what that journey was like?
Kim worked with me. She was amazing at Channel 40. So I was in, it was bad. It's a scary story, but I'm very lucky to be working at Channel 7. It's the #1 TV station locally in
ABC
the
News
world.
in New York, Channel 7.
Yeah,
Tune in
number
tonight.
1 in the world, in the local station in the world. So I'm so lucky and the nicest people in the world. Kim worked with me at a small station called TV 40. It doesn't exist anymore. It was a great place. But I couldn't even get that job. I applied to 208 places.
Stations across the country.
Yes, tiny ones, tiny. I said I would clean the
what's
bathrooms.
some places, like North Dakota? Are we talking?
WYFF, Greenville, South Carolina. That was actually a big station to which I applied. WCTI in New Bern, North Carolina. I mean, Macon, Georgia. There was another one. I don't remember the call letters. But my mom, my late mommy, I was in business school on scholarship in Germany in grad school, and I was loving it, and I was speaking German. I speak German, so I'm speaking German.
Oh, you do?
Yes, I went to eighth grade in German. In Germany, my dad's a professor.
Maybe you could sign off in German at the end of the show.
Ausgezeichnet.
Okay.
Tschüss, auf Wiedersehen. Okay.
Auf Wiedersehen.
So I was there, and I was like, why am I doing this? I love it, but I want to go try to be a reporter. So I came back, and I applied and applied and applied and applied and applied, and I got turned down everywhere. And then finally, my mom, my late mom, said, let's jump in the station wagon and go down the East Coast and just zigzag to all these places. There was no internet, no email. Remember back, right?
Yes.
Right? It was, abacus and scratch.
Newspaper.
Right. Yes. So we went to all the tiny stations that were ignoring me, and nobody would call me back. And some places I waited 5 minutes to talk to somebody, anybody. Other places 2 hours. And you couldn't make an appointment because nobody would answer the phone or talk to you much and just say, listen, you need to call us when you've already had a job. Well, how do I get a job if I haven't had a job? Whatever. Same things people have to deal with now. But we went down the whole zigzag, and I think we talked to people at about 24 small stations and radio stations. Got down to Fort Myers, and Atlantic City called. Actually, Linwood, New Jersey, Route 9. And it was
Return your call. They had your
yes,
your
they
demo
called.
tape, your resume.
I had no demo tape. again, Duke, you don't do a demo tape at
Okay.
Duke. There's no demo tape.
Gotcha.
So, I mean, I had done the local Duke TV station, but there's no demo tape. I mean, you really haven't worked. You don't have a demo tape unless you've actually made money
Sure.
doing it.
That makes sense.
Right? Otherwise, it's a pretend tape,
demo
right?
tape.
Right. So anyway, so he said, Jeff Whitaker said, do you want to come work for me, $6 an hour? And, you know, the hours are going to be terrible, but I want to talk to you and come in for an interview.
Sounds enticing.
Right. So, and then from there, I worked there for about a year and a half, and I was answering phones. I was the assignment desk. I ended up reporting, working for free on weekends, shooting stories that they would then air or not air. And then he helped me. My other people, friends there, helped me. Kim helped me. And then I reported there, and then I anchored there, just filling in. Then I got a tape. And I went down to WCTI in New Bern, and I got a job at ABC, the local ABC station.
So lived in New Bern for a while.
I lived in, actually, Atlantic Beach, which was at the beach. I lived in Ocean City up here, and I lived in Atlantic Beach down there. And I worked there for a year and a half, and then I got a job, again, reporting and anchoring, mostly reporting, just fill-in anchoring. And then I got a job in Raleigh, North Carolina. And, I mean, these jobs paid $14,000 a year. Was my first job, $14,500. I see it on my Social Security.
Yeah.
And I love it. I'm so
Good
proud
times.
of that.
Well, you should
So,
be, because despite that, there's not a lot of those jobs out there, as
No.
you know,
Yeah.
and so competitive.
More now, but it's changing so much. You know, there's so many places we can look for our news now. But when I got to Raleigh, at each place I went, I did a lot of investigative stories. And in Raleigh, I had just finished a few stories on these unsolved murders involving prostitutes. And there was a very clear pattern, and nobody was really looking into it. And a couple of detectives reached out to me and said, could you shine a light on this? And, you know, we have your contacts. You were working around the clock, working with what's going on at the fire department, what's going on at the police department. You're not just working on the clock. You're working all the time.
Right,
And
developing those stories.
Developing the context, developing the trust, developing the story. Right. A lot of them go nowhere. And I was anchoring with a really nice man, and he sent our tape on his demo to New York, and the news director in New York called me. I had no idea it was on somebody's tape. I'm not sending my stuff to New York City from Raleigh, North Carolina. That was Channel 17.
So completely unbeknownst to you.
They call me. And I was applying everywhere, but
It's the
I was
best way to
not.
apply for a job, have someone do it for you.
But that's a big cardinal sin. You don't put somebody else on your tape. A big no-no because of this. So Bart Fader called me. He said, yeah, this is Bart Fader from WABC, best guy ever, the guy who hired me. Mm-hmm. And I said, WABC, I love radio. I worked at Channel 40, WMGM, did radio there, ripping and doing stuff.
Rip and read.
Rip
You
and
do the
read.
news guy, right.
Ripping. I didn't know if you know what that was,
Yes.
but you do. And
I have a little radio background, a little bit.
There you go. So 4 o'clock in the morning, all this. But I said, I love radio, but I'm really working in TV now. And he said, let me just clarify. I'm sorry, I wasn't clear. This is Bart Fader calling from WABC-TV in New York. And I'd love to see more stuff. I saw a little bit of your work. What are you working on now? I was able to talk about the investigative report. And he said, you got to come up for an interview. Can you imagine?
I cannot.
And I said, I'm so sorry that, you know, can we go back to 30 seconds ago when I was not the dumbest person you've talked to today, thinking that you're a radio station? I would never dare to send you my stuff. But yeah, it worked out.
Well, when we come back, folks, we are going to talk more about Michelle's interview, and also we're going to tell you a little bit about what it's like to be an anchor day to day in New York City when we come back.
Yay!
Take it from me, living with diabetes is no easy task, but I learned how to manage my health condition, and so can you. The Diabetes Self-Management Program is a 6-week self-management workshop created by Stanford University. The program provides you with proven strategies to manage your diabetes and reclaim your life. You will join an interactive and mutually supportive workshop whose success builds confidence to effectively manage your diabetes and allows you to maintain an active lifestyle. See how proper nutrition, exercise, and medication management help you increase your energy, manage side effects, and keep you feeling in control. You will not only receive a copy of this book, but you will get guidance and support from others like you living with diabetes.
The Diabetes Self-Management Workshop meets once a week for 6 weeks. This innovative workshop is offered to all Monmouth County residents. Call the number on your screen to register or get additional information at scannj.org.
Well, welcome back, folks. My name is Mike Ciovolino. We're joined once again by our guest today, ABC News anchor Michelle Charlesworth. Thank you so much again for coming in today.
Of course. You guys are the best.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. So, why don't you tell folks, again, not familiar with what you do, a little bit about what a day in the life of a ABC News anchor is like?
Well, for us, we're local, so we are constantly moving around, anchoring. Let's say this morning I was up at 2 o'clock.
2 a.m.
2 a.m. I was in by 3:20.
Okay.
Okay, into the city.
So you're in
New Jersey.
You're in the city at 3:20.
3:20. Working on scripts until 4:12. On the air at 4:28. So in between putting on hair, doing hair and makeup really quickly. Most of the time spent in scripts. Some writing, some polishing, some changing, some flipping things around, adding things.
Now, do you wear what you're going to wear for the? This is my question.
Yeah. He's
You wear it in.
Yes.
Okay.
And people always ask, why do you guys wear dresses? Does somebody tell you have to wear dresses? No. We don't have to match anything. It just, you're one zip away from done. Anything that streamlines is great. I feel bad for the guys. I got to pick out a tie and a thing and the thing, this and that. Did I wear blue pants and a jacket? What are my socks? No.
Right.
None of that. None. So easy. So, yeah. So I just wear it in with comfy shoes.
Okay. All right. So now it's 4:11, 4:12. You're
Yeah.
working on your assignment for the day. You're doing your
Right.
hair, your makeup.
Yeah. Well, on the weekends we do our own hair and makeup. Some other shows we have hair and makeup, but it's, it's NASCAR. This is a pit crew. It's not pretty. Yeah, whether
and
I'm
out.
doing it or they're, and then we're on the set. Now, prior to that, I'm in scripts upstairs on the 4th floor. So we're in the newsroom. Hey, what was the latest? That 14-year-old girl, did they find her? Did that 4-year-old, is the 4-year-old okay? The 4-year-old was in critical condition, burns from this. You've got to be up on everything that's happened in not only New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, nationwide. Why is there still a tennis pro or a tennis, phenom missing? What's the latest on that? Do we get anything? I mean, this is like, and we're all talking. Yeah, it's great. It's and when I say all, I'm talking about me, an executive producer, 2 writers, and working their tails off since 10 o'clock the night before. So, and then I go down, and usually the other anchor is down on the set working on scripts. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. So seems like there's a bit of continuity from day to day. There'll be
Yes.
stories that are developing over the course of the week, or
Updating things.
Right.
Constantly trying to make sure nothing falls through the holes. What's the latest on this? Did they find the bull that was missing on Long Island? Whatever happened
I
to this?
remember that bull.
You
Whatever
remember
happened
that?
to him?
They found the bull and went to a sanctuary in northern
Great.
New Jersey.
So folks, those of you who did not know the conclusion of the bull story,
Right.
the bull is safe and
the
sound.
livestock run away. They gain their freedom.
The livestock is live. So that's breaking right here on Scan. You didn't hear it anywhere else.
That's right. They're right. That's fine. So it's. I mean, everyone is interested. Everyone's compassionate. Everybody's in it to win it, and so we're constantly, playing off of each other. We got Mark on the assignment desk. He's got stuff coming in. Sometimes we have everything set. Everything gets blown up, and we send the lead reporter to something else, and then he's on top of breaking. He's unbelievable. He's on top of breaking news, and so we're just a well-oiled machine of interested people who are friends.
So it's maybe a little bit like controlled chaos because
Yes.
you've got the continuity of the existing stories, but then obviously the
Yes.
world turns and
Right.
things
But-
are developing.
Yeah, but then you're constantly, rewriting those to reflect updates. We had a story today and I was going, the Thanksgiving meal for 10 just went up 14% because of all this inflation mess. I don't want to hear 14%. Let's crunch the numbers. Let me see. I'm going to find out for 10 people, it's usually $47. Now it's $54. It's around $6 normally. Now it's $6.45, something like that. That's a little more meaningful to me than up 14%. Because when I go to the store,
Something
I
your
don't think about
viewers,
percentages.
they can understand.
I think so. But just things like that, and so we're constantly looking things up, boiling it down, making it something that you would say to your friend.
Right.
In
Okay.
the way that you
Makes
would say it
sense.
to your friend. I wouldn't say, do you know that Thanksgiving for 10 is up 14%?
Yeah.
No, I would say,
So if you want your audience to fall asleep, you might say it that way.
You might say, yeah, we're not for that. Yeah, we just, anything that builds a wall between you and the people listening, no good. So, yeah.
Okay. So now here's a question I have.
Yes.
You've done both these roles, so obviously
Okay.
well equipped to answer this.
Okay.
Difference between field reporter and the anchor person.
If you're an anchor, there's a bathroom down the hall.
Okay.
Okay?
Is that in the
Snacks
job description?
and
The
coffee.
perks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I mean, anchoring, everybody I work with is so authentic and real and genuine, and they work so hard, so, and they've all been out there, okay? So there's an understanding when you come back in the building and you're anchoring, you're in the sauce. Your hands are in the mud, you're in the
Gotcha.
sauce, you're cooking
Okay.
it. You know, everybody's in the sauce. We've been out reporting and writing our stories on a notepad. We've been in the building, writing in the computer, you know, voicing it in the box, voicing it in the live truck, voicing it in a smaller truck, you know, out there talking to people. You asked me before, do I like radio, television? I love television because you're there. You're looking at what you're talking about. You're looking at the Statue of Liberty, the Hudson. You're looking at, you know, the university. You're talking about the fire. You can actually, what was that? That was nice.
Yeah, I think
That
the
was good.
studio's falling apart.
I love it.
Yeah.
See, you're here.
Yeah.
It's happening. So I love
Controlled
that.
chaos here at Scan as well.
I love it. So you're in it, you're looking at it, you're talking to people. In radio, you can just call them up for a soundbite. And you don't have
True.
to go to the fire. You don't have to. So many of my friends in radio, they're right there. And they're there for when the chief talks. But, you know, if they're talking about something else, it could be a finance story, they can just call people. They don't have to go there. I love the going. Finding and the getting of it. Do you know what that's from?
No, what's that from?
Sierra Madre.
I feel like I should know.
The treasure of Sierra Madre, the finding and the getting of it.
I was going to ask you to
Of
say it
the
again.
gold.
Yeah.
That's why it's so valuable. The
I think we're
finding
going
and
to
the getting
change
of
the
it.
name of the show to Scans, Finding, and the Getting
The
of it.
finding and the getting
Yeah.
of it. That's why gold's so expensive. Not because of its intrinsic value, but because it takes so much to find it. So
And
anyway,
get it. And get it.
and get it, the finding and the getting of it. So anyway, so that's the difference, is that and when you're field reporting, you may not get lunch, you know, you're out there, but you also have the camaraderie of the press corps, reporters,
The elements.
print, radio, TV, hurricanes, holding onto the pole, saying don't come out here, and then you're out there. That's, you know, the logic
Gotcha.
of that.
Yes.
Okay. Covering Sandy, covering, you know, so many different things. It's great.
So it's a great way to start in the business too, I would
Yeah.
imagine, and build connections
Yeah.
and
my normal, right now I'm filling in for my friend who's on maternity leave, but I'm working Monday through Friday, these crazy hours up at 2, and I'm usually done by about 9, 10, home. But my normal is I report 3 days a week. Awesome. Love it. Out field reporting.
now are they primarily in Jersey or 5 borough? Could be anywhere.
Usually all over the place. That's pre-COVID, but now mostly in New Jersey. When I get back to that, that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Then Saturday, Sunday, up at 4, on the air at 6, and anchoring with Mike Marza and Brittany Bell.
Which you guys are the best.
Thank
By the
you.
way,
You're so nice. Thank you. We think so.
you
Well,
are
I
a
just think
staple
that
in our household, I
You're
will tell
very
you that.
nice. Thank you. The bee's knees. I just think those guys are awesome. So it's really, you know, and I always say, we have a new boss. I said, you know what I do is I anchor to support my reporting habit, because you do get a little bit of a bump in salary to be on the air anchoring.
Well deserved.
But I love the reporting because you're in it and you're out there and you're looking at stuff and you're seeing people, and either it makes you old or it keeps you young. It depends on your attitude.
I think it's keeping you young.
I hope. I don't know. But again, it's just like Scan. If you're curious and you're interested and you're constantly learning and you're talking to people and there's something to it. There's a little bit of magic there.
Gotcha. Good to know. All right.
Right.
Here's a question my mother-in-law wanted me to ask you.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yes.
She wants to know, do you get to choose
Yes.
what stories you work on? How much say do you have?
Oh, they listen to us. They love it. They're like, bring us more, bring us, bring us, bring us. And the biggest one I did recently was a story on women in jobs during COVID. So many women had to quit their jobs. Why? To take care of their children who were learning at home now.
That's correct.
Right? And you couldn't bring, if you quit your job, what happens? Do you get unemployment? No, you do not, even though you've paid into it for decades in some cases. So that was crippling to women in careers. And so we looked at that. Again, now my interest in finance and economics played in. It helped me so much. And it also whet my appetite to find out, How did we drop the ball with these women? Were there any legislators going, you know what? If you can establish that you had to quit your job to take care of kids because of something we said, we closed all the schools and forced you to do this, otherwise you're a bad parent. And by the way, a lot of men had to do it too, but it was predominantly women.
Yes.
Then we will give you your unemployment.
And single moms, not to mention,
Single
too.
moms. Nobody stuck up for them. So that was the story that I pitched, and I'm very proud to have done a couple pieces on that.
So that's what I want to ask you as
Yeah.
a follow-up. So you can bring the germ of an idea
Yeah.
of a story to a producer.
It's got to be a lot more than a germ. You have to have called
Flush
people.
it out
Yeah,
somehow.
big time. Yeah, yeah. But hey, I have this, and this is the information, and it can't be, hey, I saw this somewhere else. No. It's got,
Right.
they're interested in news.
Unique.
News. It's 3/4 of the word, new, right? News, new.
Gotcha.
So, yeah. So, I mean, and they love that.
So your
They
eyes
love
and
it.
ears are always open for.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say, what's going on over there? What's that? What's that sign? Why is my restaurant closed? It says they can't hire people. Why? Why can't they hire people? Nobody wants to work? What's going on? Stuff like that.
Gotcha. Now, to that point, you did what many folks, self included, consider to be a very compelling series on skin cancer.
Thank you.
Can you talk a little bit about not only the finished piece, but the process of how you decided to do that and the journey of doing it?
One of our managing editors was finding out about how I'd been sick and I was dealing with skin cancer. I was only 30, I'm 51 now, and kind of walking through how I found it, why didn't I get it treated earlier? And so I said, oh my gosh, does anybody want to see this? She said, yes!
So you yourself are a survivor.
Yeah.
God
so I
bless
have
you.
a big old scar from here to here. It was basal cell carcinoma, and I was covering a medical story that I was not supposed to cover that day, but somebody was sick, or I don't know what happened, but confluence of events, boom, I ended up doing a story on dermatology, and I was with Dr. Bruce Katz in the city.
Right.
And my photographer, Frank Bell, he was like, Doc, what do you think about this? And I said, Frank, you're not supposed to ask him about that. And Dr. Katz said, forget it. It's fine. It's just a mole on your eyebrow. Michelle, come here. What's this on your face? And I said, oh, it's nothing. I got a facial. I never get facials, but they tried to pop it. And he said, I think it's cancer. And
This is while you're working.
We'd finished the whole shoot. I had done, and the piece was, we were done. We were wrapped and leaving his office. And so, yeah, he found my skin cancer, basal cell carcinoma, and Michael Bruck sewed me back up. And so what's not to, it's great to tell everybody, wear sunscreen every day. And women ask me, what do you wear at night for face cream? I go, no, baby, it's happened during the day. Wear your sunscreen. It doesn't have to be fancy.
And so that
Became a
format
story.
became a
That
very...
became, Diane Sawyer interviewed me on Good Morning America.
Wow.
It was amazing.
That's amazing.
It was good, so I hope it helps people.
Well, I don't know how it can't. You are really just an inspiration to people on so many different levels. And from a career point of view, for those at home who are interested or have a loved one who's interested in a career in journalism, what advice would you give them?
Read the paper every day. It's so inexpensive. And I could be talking about the Post, the Daily News, the Philadelphia Inquirer. It could be anything, right? It could be the Herald Tribune, New York Times.
Of course.
But it's not expensive. You can self-educate. Even if you're not interested in journalism, you can self-educate constantly. I love it when people say, they don't teach you in school. Well, you have some control over your brain, don't you? And you have eyeballs, you know how to read. So read. Get out there, watch as much stuff as you can. Do Facebook Lives. Reach out to people and ask them about what they think about the industry. Apply to 208 jobs and get turned down 1 million times. Go with your mom on the road and say you'll clean the bathrooms and work for free like I did. It works actually.
Pay the price.
Yeah, it's fine. You pay your dues so that you're good at the end, because then you don't want to make your mistakes in the big cities. Right?
Michelle Charlesworth, ABC News anchor, we thank you so much for coming in
Thanks for
today,
having
talking
me.
to our audience, our
Thanks.
members. We
Thank you
greatly
for having me.
appreciate that. We'll see you back here again on Welcome to Scan. My name is Mike Ciovolino, and thank you so much for joining us today.